WSAZ News Channel 3 with Tim Ear, Brittany Hope, and meteorologist Tony Cavalier. This is News Channel 3, 10 o'clock.
Now at 10, counting his lucky stars. He smelled natural gas in his home and then boom. So you can imagine how fortunate he feels to be alive tonight.
And she came out way back in 1993. So now in 2017, why were people picketing Melissa Etheridge outside of her concert right here in our region? Good evening, everybody. I'm Brittany Hoke.
And I'm Tim Ear. Thanks for joining us. First tonight, explosion damage has forced a couple out of their home for the night anyway, and another example of the dangers of staying warm this winter.
That's right. A fire crew say that the couple there is lucky to even be alive tonight after a project to install a new heater went wrong. News Channel 3's Nathan Takich spoke with fire crews there who say it's a situation symbolic of the dangers this time of year and should really serve as a reminder for others to practice safety when warming their homes.
Measures to keep warm in the chill of winter.
I was going to install a space heater in the basement.
Seem to backfire all too often.
We probably see an increase of 25% more house fires during the winter months.
Big mistake on my part.
Robert Schaefer says the mistake that caused a fiery explosion at his house in Davis Creek Tuesday was made when he turned his gas back on with a valve still open.
And I kept smelling gas. I thought it was on my hands from working on it.
And lit his pilot light.
Explosion slammed me to the floor. My wife came down and said, upstairs the house is destroyed. It's a mess.
They were inside of the home when it literally exploded. It's a miracle that they are alive and uninjured.
But fire crews say not every heating-related house fire has a miraculous ending, especially considering how many happen this time of year.
Most of them are in the winter months.
So, with more than 2 months left until spring, here's a refresher in heater safety from the Davis Creek VFD. Don't put anything that can catch on fire within 3 feet of a heat source. Be especially careful. Space heaters stay right side up. Also, avoid using the oven to warm up. It's for cooking. And any work on gas or electric lines should be done by a licensed professional.
And you can never emphasize enough about safety with the heating sources.
Warnings worth heeding as winter rolls on to avoid any more mistakes that could cost the next person their life. Nathan Takich, WSAZ News Channel 3. Kanawha County.
All right, Nathan, thank you. And fire crews also suggest using the upcoming warm stretch to do any upkeep on any of the heat sources that need it. They say folks who have used their fireplace should go ahead and clean out their chimneys, and say filters on any heating device using one of those should be changed out before those temperatures drop again, because they will. Around the region, where another explosion injured 5 people at an Ohio power plant this afternoon. That accident happened at the J.M. Stewart Generating Station in Aberdeen. At least 300 people work inside of that coal-fired power station, and the 5 people hurt, though, they are expected, thankfully, to be okay. Residents in the area say that they're just glad this wasn't any worse.
I just hope there wasn't anybody I knew that got hurt, or nobody got hurt. You know, I was hoping no one got hurt. So, I heard there was injuries, but no one was killed, so that's good.
And employees say that the explosion happened where there's been a turbine generator and equipment is stored. Investigators think that generator could be the source of that explosion. Well, rock singer Melissa Etheridge performed tonight at the Paramount Arts Center in Ashland.
Etheridge is well known as a gay rights activist. Now, prior to the concert, some protesters stood outside the theater, letting audience members know they did not condone their decision to buy a ticket. News Channel 3's Andrew Colgrove joins us with a look.
As fans were arriving at the Paramount to take in this concert, they were met with protesters who warned taking in this type of entertainment is bad for the soul.
This book will judge you.
Puzzled looks from ticket buyers as they arrived for the Melissa Etheridge concert.
The truth and the life, which is our hope.
Men from a church in Boyd County stood on the corner with signs preaching.
If the person was a drunkard, I think it would be unwise. If they were an adulterer, if they were a liar or a thief, then I would feel the same way. So it's not personally homosexuality we have a problem with. It's one of the many things that damns the soul.
The rock singer came out as a lesbian in 1993 and is famous for her activism.
And it speaks of eternal damnation.
These men say paying to watch her sing is a poor choice.
A concert that hardens you in sin to me is not beneficial.
Some folks in the crowd say they disagree with these men's method.
They are sinning worse than anybody could sin because they're playing God. There's only one God, and He made each and every one of us, and He judges.
It's ridiculous that these protesters are out here telling us where we're going to go because we're at a Melissa Etheridge concert.
One of those men who is preaching says they have somebody here at this corner every weekend, April through December, whether there is a performance here or not. One of the Paramount employees told me they do not recall this group ever showing up before a show before.
All right, thanks, Andrew. And by the way, it was a packed house sellout concert in Ashland tonight.
Well, I'm tracking gusty rains across the region tonight. Good evening to you. I'm meteorologist Josh Fitzpatrick. Let's check out those wind gusts right now at the top of the hour. Almost 40 miles per hour at Tri-State Airport at 10 o'clock and almost 30 miles per hour into the Kanawha Valley. Pockets of 40, even 50 mile per hour wind gusts as some rain showers push on through once again tonight. And for that reason, the National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory, a wind alert through the pre-dawn hours for wind gusts, especially on those higher hilltops, briefly up to 50 miles per hour. Live HD dual Doppler shows another batch of showers pushing across the Middle Ohio Valley, getting closer to the Kanawha Valley. Put a track on that line of showers pushing east towards the Kanawha Valley and the mountains over the next hour to hour and a half. And some thunderstorms across central Ohio are weakening, and some lightning over the Buckeye State, over the Buckeye capital of Columbus tonight. So tomorrow morning, the rain's out of here. It's damp from overnight rains, in the 40s to start, 50 at noon, mid-50s at 4 o'clock with new rain showers. And Brittany and Tim, the temperature will continue to rise overnight tomorrow night. Some areas could hit 70 on Thursday. I'll have an update on that in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you.
President Obama went home tonight to Chicago to address the nation for the final time.
Yeah, he said he wanted to go back to where it all started 8 years ago. News Channel 3's Amanda Barron joins us now. And Amanda, he's not known as a super sentimental guy, but you could say he got nostalgic tonight.
He did, for sure. There was some emotion in his speech tonight. He started by saying thank you that the Americans he's had the chance to meet and talk to throughout the years have both inspired him and kept him honest. The president said over the years, we've shown our capacity to change and make life better, even if it often feels like we take a step back. He also noted his accomplishments during his presidency, bouncing back from a recession with now the lowest unemployment rate in 10 years, marriage equality, shutting down Iran's nuclear power plan, and taking down Osama bin Laden. There was some booing from the crowd when he mentioned a peaceful transition of power, but he quickly shut it down, which seemed to be one of the few subtle nods to President-elect Donald Trump. However, he did hit on one point several times during his speech, the inclusion of everyone, not just some. He also spent some time talking about race.
If every economic issue is framed as a struggle between a hardworking white middle class and an undeserving minority, then workers of all shades are going to be left fighting for scraps while the wealthy withdraw further into their private enclaves.
Brittany, he also thanked Vice President Joe Biden, saying he gained a brother, and no doubt about it, over the years, we have seen the bromance that has evolved between the president and the vice president.
Oh, yeah. Sure. And he seemed very happy to get that nod. There was a lot of things going on tonight. One person who remained pretty silent, though, we just looked at Twitter, and Donald Trump has not said anything. He's been pretty quiet throughout the entire speech.
Donald Trump, so it's very possible at this point that he could just either wait till tomorrow to send out something, or perhaps not say anything at all and just let President Obama finish and bask in the glory of that final speech and not say anything.
So we'll see what happens. And tomorrow morning, the president will fly back to Washington on Air Force One for the final time. And tomorrow, West Virginia Governor Earl Ray Tomblin will say his final goodbye to the Mountain State. He'll deliver his farewell address in front of the West Virginia State Legislature at 2 p.m. We'll be live streaming his address on WSAZ's Facebook page.
New tonight, we have a real barn burner here. Literally, authorities are searching for the person who set this fire to an old farm barn in Lawrence County, Ohio. Dispatchers say it broke out just after 7 in the 9700 block of State Route 243, about a mile from the Collins Career Center. The barn was used for hay storage, so no animals or people were involved. The Proctorville Volunteer Fire Department says the barn, clearly from the video you can tell, it's a total loss. One witness says that they saw someone in a dark hoodie getting away from the scene in a silver car.
Like I said, the first thing that caught my eye, because it was raining significantly, the guy was soaking or completely dry, and that seemed strange. And then I saw the fire, and that's kind of clicked. Yeah.
Dispatchers say there was another fire at an abandoned nursing home not too far away from this barn on County Road 6. They didn't say if the fires were related, but the Ohio State Fire Marshal will be investigating both.
Well, this man from Arizona was arrested tonight after crashing into a gas station pump while driving under the influence of drugs. Police say 24-year-old Adam Hartwell crashed at the Exxon station right along Johns Creek Road in Milton. They say that he drove from the nearby Go-Mart lot, then across Johns Creek Road, and then through the lawn at the Exxon right into the pumps. No one was hurt there. Hartwell, though, was charged with driving on a suspended license as well, and also he didn't have any insurance.
Around our region, where a missing 5-year-old girl was found dead inside her parents' restaurant. The girl was reported missing last night and was last seen when she went to the back of her parents' restaurant just to take a nap. Police say the girl was found dead today, concealed inside the restaurant in Jackson Township, which is near Canton, Ohio. Her mother told police she went to go check on the girl last night around 9 o'clock and discovered she was gone. Investigators were at the restaurant all day and then found the body this afternoon. Officials from the Ohio Attorney General's office are continuing to look into the circumstances. 2 men have been arrested and another is still on the run after a cell phone theft ring, according to police. The Ashland police say Sprint employee Ryan Maynard admitted to stealing phones from store inventory. They say he would then give them to a man named TJ Sizemore to launder through the phone store in Ashland for a fraction of the cost. Ashland investigators say the owner of the phone store, Ed Edwards, then sold some of the stolen phones online. Police say that Maynard and Edwards were taken into police custody and they're still looking for Sizemore. Detectives tell us they discovered more than $10,000 in stolen merchandise.
Well, someone from Governor Earl Ray Tomlin's administration will be sticking around to work with the new governor-elect. Jim Justice announced that the current commissioner of the State Division of Motor Vehicles is now on his team. Pat Reed was first appointed to the post by Governor Tomlin in January of 2015. She was previously deputy commissioner in the state office of the insurance commissioner. Justice says that she led the effort to expand the DMV's online services.
Repealing Obamacare is moving forward in Congress.
Coming up, how the effort actually has some Democrats and Republicans now working together.
All right, I'm sure you can hear the wind gusts tonight on your window panes and on your rooftop tonight. Here's a look outside live from downtown Huntington, showing us wet roadways. There's 5th Avenue and 8th Street, and the flags flapping in the wind in front of City Hall. Expect those winds to relax late tonight into tomorrow before some more rains arrive. Later tomorrow afternoon, I'll have your complete forecast here on News Channel 3 at 10 o'clock on the Tri-State CW.